Hi guys, Dazzie here with another episode of my top 20 selling comic books of the week. This time it's episode 201 and it's long overdue. Today I will be discussing the best selling comic books on eBay for the week ending the 23rd of September 2022. Now, since coverprice.com came on the scene, they've become a go-to spot for watching eBay trends on comics, and they scour thousands of eBay sales to culminate data to spotlight the hottest selling books. As always guys, let's find out if you can beat me. But before we continue, if I could perhaps ask you for a subscription, a like, a share, a comment. It all really helps my low-grade productions. Ding that bell for notifications. I'm always putting out content. And I'd like to thank everybody who have been supporting me over the last few years. I finally got monetized, yeah. So onwards and upwards for Daz the Comic Key Chaser. Okay, starting in at number 20 on our list is a cracking modern book from 2014. And there was recently news that Silk, the character, is going to be getting her own movie, and that is apparently going to be happening on Amazon Prime. Now, updates have been pretty scarce on the character, but in the early weeks of June, producers Phil Lord and Christopher Miller announced big news was coming for Silk. Number 20 on our list is, of course, her first appearance, and that comes in Amazing Spider-Man issue number 4. The first appearance of Silk, of course, is Cindy Moon, a Korean-American girl who was also bitten by the same radioactive spider as Peter Parker. It's an original Sin tie-in. Lovely Humberto Ramos cover. I've had 2 or 3 of these over the years. Never paid more than about £3 for them. So they are out there. Now, for those of you who didn't know too much about Cindy Moon, she's actually already in the MCU. She is a classmate of Tom Holland's Peter Parker. So I don't know how that's going to play out. I'm sure we're going to get a different actress. Anyway, first appearance of Silk. This time round, sold 15 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 82% with a high sale CGC 9.8, going for $250. Like I said, this copy I picked up for £3. Very, very minty. I picked that up at Car Boot here in Gloucester. Car Boot being very similar to a flea market. Okay, number 19 on our list. Sticking with the modern day big Spider-Man books, and they don't get much bigger than this, from 2011. There's been strong rumours, of course, that the character of Miles Morales has already been cast in the MCU and is apparently getting his own movie. In the meantime, we're going to have to deal with the fact that we're going to get him on the screens, and this time in Into the Spider-Verse number 2. This is a book that just continues to climb. Of course, it is Ultimate Fallout issue number 4, and the first appearance of Miles Morales, the Ultimate Spider-Man. And of course, he was alluded to by Electro in the last Spider-Man movie. Now, this book is prominent because, as well as being the first appearance of Miles Morales, there's also a storyline where Reed Richards becomes the Maker, a turning point where an evil Richards explains his philosophy of the world, or his new philosophy of the world, to the children of tomorrow. And I bring that up because that was a little article that I read that could be a future Fantastic Four storyline. Ultimate Fallout 4 is a huge book, and this time it sold 17 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 109% with a high sale CGC 9.8, going for $2,300. That's my best copy. Looks great in the Mylar. Paid £13.90 for that in March of 2018 on eBay. Remember waiting a long time for it to arrive. And just last year, I picked up my greatest ever stealth buy in an antique shop in Bristol for just £1. So as soon as we get any news, that second copy will be listed. And talking of eBay, guys, check out my eBay store. The link is on my community page. I am updating quality books at affordable prices daily. Okay, we are up to number 18 on our list. And this is a book I always thought I had. We are sticking with the Spider-Man theme. This is perhaps one of the most iconic covers in Spider-Man and Todd McFarlane's time at Marvel. The book from 1990 is, of course, the regular cover to Spider-Man issue number 1, guys. There is your cover. There are multiple covers of that book, as we know. And Todd McFarlane has been getting renewed love because he was doing signings recently. Apparently there was an in-house signing with CGC. Anyway, that regular cover sold 22 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 85% with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $130. Raws on average now in the near mint range are going for around about 36 bucks. And that's not bad, is it, for a book? It was probably about $1 for a couple of decades. Okay, number 17 on our list, and DC are off the mark, and this is an incentive, and it comes from In Hyuk Lee. I enjoy In Hyuk Lee's work. This book is a bit of a key because it's the origin of Failsafe. And this book, number 17 on our list, is Batman, issue 127. Like I said, the In Hyuk Lee 1 in 25 incentive. I've got to be honest, guys, it's a stellar cover. Obviously Catwoman, but I just don't have room in my collection for the incentive, well, cover buys really. I've got a few incentives, but they're all very much keys. This book, this elegant Catwoman cover, tracked 24 copies sold, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 88% with a high sale. Raw copy going for $22, very affordable for a 1 in 25. Okay, up next, cracking book from 1991. We're back to Marvel. Darkhawk. Yeah, a book that was everybody's bit of fun for a long time. A character that was made to be quite an unimportant character at the start. And it was so much ridicule the character got that fans went out and bought it in their droves and really started to push the price up. Now, Darkhawk has been rumoured for Guardians of the Galaxy's universe in the future, whether it be the holiday special or Guardians of the Galaxy number 3. Number 16 on our list, of course, is Darkhawk, issue number 1. First appearance and origin of Darkhawk, who of course is Christopher Powell. His first promotional appearance is in Marvel Age issue 97, another book I own for cheap. This book I paid 15 quid for. It's my most minty copy, and that was at the Western Supermaricon of 2018. I'm going back to that on November the 27th of this year. And this book sold 18 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 122% with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $225. Yeah, big hopes for that character. I feel certain we will see him in the MCU at some point. Of course, James Gunn is just become a major player in DC as well, hasn't he? So he's bringing out all these more obscure comical characters, hence Peacemaker with the DC, and now perhaps Darkhawk. Okay, number 15 on our list, cracking book again. We are going to be getting an upcoming Spawn movie at some point, again from Todd McFarlane. And this is the big book when it comes to Image Comics from 1992. Number 15 on our list, of course, is Spawn, issue number 1. Beautiful cover. So much going for it. First appearance of Spawn, who was Albert Francis L. Simmons. First appearance of Mel Buglia. Wanda Fitzgerald, Sam and Twitch, who have been greenlit for their own Netflix show at some point, live action. There's a pin-up of Pit in this issue. This is the second title ever published by Image. And like I said, gorgeous McFarlane cover and artwork. Jamie Foxx is apparently playing Spawn down the road. He's already seen the suit he is going to be wearing. This book continues to reign on the top 20. It's always there, it seems to be. 35 copies sold this time around with a 7-day trend of plus 101%. High sale CGC 9.8 went for $217.50. Near mints on average now. Raws going for around about $43. I sold a mid-grade copy a little while ago for best part of $30. This one, minty copy, I paid £1.31 from. And that was from Comic Book Car Boot Tony, who came to my house like the Comic Book Santa with a load of books. Check out Comic Book Car Boot Tony in my videos. He's got his own little segment. Good, great guy. Done so well off him over the years. Okay, number 14 on our list, and here's another incentive. It's a 1 in 10 this time. It's a recent release, and each of the new Edge of Spider-Verse books has debuted new multiversal characters. And in this third issue, we see the debut of a new character called Night Spider. We see Felicia Hardy modelling her new Spider-Verse costume in this 1 in 10 design variant by Anchor. Number 14 on our list, guys, is Edge of Spider-Verse issue 3, the Chris Anchor design, 1 in 10 incentive. And I do like these design covers. There we go, guys. Can't imagine too many of us will have that one, unless your name's Patrick, because he beats my totals every week. Of course, let me know in the comments how many you got this week. This book sold 36 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 103% with a high sale raw copy going for a nice $16. Not bad for a 1 in 10. Number 13 on our list, back to Image Comics, another recent release. And creators Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino deliver a new story in the Blood Orchard mythos. This particular book features a chilling cover illustrated by the infamous Mike Del Mundo. This 1 in 100 incentive ratio is very tough for most stores to qualify for, hence its market value. Number 13 on our list is Bone Orchard, Black Feathers 1, the Mike Del Mundo 1 in 100 incentive, guys, and a nice looking book. I said it before, my little LCSs do not get any of these bigger books. What numbers did this incentive do? Well, it sold 9 copies, just 9 for this 1 in 100, giving it a 7-day trend plus 98% with a high sale raw copy going for a very nice $110. Okay, number 12 on our list. And this book comes from an artist I've got a signed book from. Comic Vantage, my good friend from across the pond, sent me a Champions #1 signed by Humberto Ramos. Now, these comics were released as an exclusive to attendees of the Marvel Comics celebrating 60 years of the Amazing Spider-Man D23 panel. And this is the 100th anniversary cover, and it comes from Humberto Ramos. This is number 12 on our list, Amazing Fantasy, issue 1000, the Humberto Ramos D23 100 Years book. Another nice looking cover, guys. There are several of these covers. This one features Spidey and Goofy, Pluto front and center. I'll be amazed if many of us have this one. This book sold 6 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 103% with a high sale raw copy. Oh my days, $325. Give me a nice bit of silver for that sort of money. And number 11 in our list, and we're sticking with that title. Yeah, like I said, these titles or covers were offered to attendees of the Marvel Comics celebrating 60 years of the Amazing Spider-Man D23 panel. And they were only available while supplies lasted. There was a 60th anniversary cover with Mickey and various Marvel characters, a 100th anniversary cover with Spider-Man, Mickey and friends, and then an ultra rare black and white version of the 100-year cover. And now for the 60-year cover variant, there were 7 copies sold. This is the 60th year variant, Amazing Fantasy, issue 1000, the Humberto Ramos D23 60 years book cover. And this is another fun one. I would love to attend a big con in the States at some point, but I'm attending a decent one this Saturday at the Birmingham Con, the MCM. If you're there, look Dazzie up, and we'll talk comics and go hunting together for a little while. This book, now, like I said, is the 60-year variant, and it sold 7 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 123% with a high sale raw copy going for $335. Now this all takes us back to 2019 when Marvel did this for the D23 and produced the first appearance of Mickey Mouse, of course, with Marvel characters on the cover of Marvel Comics issue 1000. And congrats if you got that book, because I think that could be a massive long-term hold. We're into the big top 10, guys. Time to speed things up a bit. Number 10 on our list is a cracking book from 1987, and it's a character I loved in the animated Marvel Universe. Now, when the character appeared in the MCU, I was not such a big fan. I've got no problem with gender swapping the character, but the character was weak as a villain for me. Number 10 on our list is a book that is getting reheated again because the character has been announced for the Thunderbolts movie and is supposedly returning in the Ant-Man Quantumania movie. This is Iron Man issue 219, guys. First appearance of the Ghost. Of course, appeared in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like I said, the character will be back for the Thunderbolts movie. This book tracked 16 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 114%, with a high sale CGC 9.6 going for $140. Raws on average now in the very fine range, $28. I have found 5 or 6 copies of this. This is my best one. 15 quid I paid for this in Worcester. I've never found a real minty copy though. Always VF copies for me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the character again. This book sold 16 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus $114. I think I already said this, didn't I? CGC 9.6, 140. Raws on average now, $28. I just repeated myself. Number 9 in our list is another good book. This character is supposedly returning for the new Captain America film with Sam Wilson, The New Frontier, I think it's called. We saw him first in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier book series. This is Truth, Red, White and Black, issue number 1, the first appearance of Isaiah Bradley, who becomes Captain America after receiving an injection of the super soldier serum developed by Project Rebirth. Yeah, he was played by the actor who voiced Martian Manhunter in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon. Also appeared as Martian Manhunter's dad in the Supergirl show. Great actor. Glad he's coming back. I thought we might see Isaiah Bradley again. This book sold 19 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 103%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $200. Raws on average now in the near mint range, $35. I paid 89 pence for this in March of 2020 at a shop in Weston Supermare. And like I said, I'm going to a con there on the 27th of November. Yeah. Good book, and lots of potential. I found the entire run recently. I didn't pick them up though. I picked up. I've had 2 or 3 of those books over the years though. Number 8 on our list, a book from 1990. We're sticking with Marvel, and Ghost Rider has had a massive resurgence of late. Especially in the 90s, it was really hot when the book was relaunched with a new generation of readers coming to this second series. With it came the first appearance of Daniel Ketch, who later became the second Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider also happens to be a prominent member of many of the iterations of the Midnight Suns, which is great because there is rumoured to be a Midnight Suns show or series coming at some point. Number 8 on our list, of course, is Ghost Rider issue number 1 from 1990. The first appearance and origin of the second Ghost Rider, Danny Ketch, who actually appeared as a baby in the Spirit of Vengeance Ghost Rider movie, which was a diabolical effort from Nicolas Cage. Yeah, with the original Ghost Rider's appearance costing over $2,000, a lot of people are turning to this book. This book sold 21 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 94%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $335. Raws in the near mint range on average now selling for $28. Paid a $5 for this copy, which is my best one. I've had 2 or 3 of these as well, and that was in the Cheltenham Con of 2019. Number 7 on our list, of course, we had Werewolf by Night, the Halloween special. For me, one of the best productions from Disney Plus, whether it be a show or a mini film like that one. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Loved the 3 lead characters of Elsa Bloodstone. Need to get her first appearance. I want to get, of course, Jack Russell, Werewolf by Night's first appearance. And I'd very much love to get Ted Man-Thing's first appearance. Number 7 on our list is the first solo Man Thing series, and it comes from 1979. And here is your book, guys. It is Man Thing, issue number 1. I have found this second volume of Man Things number 1 many times. Never found this one on my hunt. Gorgeous Bronze Age book that I would love to add to the PC. And I don't normally go for first solo series. But like I said, it's a good book. And this book has always been a little bit hot because, of course, first of all, we have Man Thing in the Thor Ragnarok film. There was a likeness to him on one of the big towers, wasn't there? This book sold 21 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 121%, with a high sale CGC 9.8 going for $150. Raws on average in the near mint range around about $16, so that's very much affordable. Number 6 on our list, another book from Marvel, this time 1982. Yeah, nice bronzer. And plain as day, Blade Runner is a classic, and it spawned numerous remastered editions and a sequel in Blade Runner 2099. Not a bad movie, beautifully visually beautiful, but a bit slow for me. Now, the movie of 2099 didn't quite achieve the cult status of the first one, but it was well received, and for the most part, enough so that Amazon Studios has tapped Ridley Scott to once again develop a sequel TV series, which would be interesting. Love to see Harrison Ford involved. I can't remember if he lived or survived, died in his second movie. I don't remember seeing it. The book, number 6 on our list, is Blade Runner issue number 1, and that comes from 1982, Marvel, of course. And it's a book that's on my radar. I'm not sure I've ever seen this one on my hunts, but I will snag one if I can. And what numbers did this one do? Well, it sold 22 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 118%, with a high sale raw copy going for $41.67. Near mint copies on average now, $29 for that book. Okay, number 5 on our list. Yeah, Marvel and Disney sure know how to make waves, often dropping tidbits of information that launched lesser known characters. And that's one of my favourite things about this hobby, is when an obscure character suddenly becomes relevant. Well, he did it again with a character named Sabra, who will appear in Captain America, The New World Order. I said New Frontier before. That is the title of the new Captain America film from Sam Wilson. Number 5 on our list is Sabra's first cameo appearance. Yeah. Now, there's some added controversy about this book behind the character and her origins. Let's find out about it. Yeah, Sabra is a mutant who has close ties to the Israeli government, actually working for the Mossad in the comics. This sparked a bit of controversy, but collectors are keen to pick up Sabra appearances right now. I must admit, I have missed out on the character. Number 5 on our list is The Incredible Hulk, issue 250. And like I said, this is the first cameo appearance of that character, Sabra. Alrighty guys, Sabra's cameo. We might get to the full appearance in just a minute. Well, this cameo tracked 19 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 141%, with a high sale CGC 9.6 going for $259. Raws on the near mint side of things now, $60. I'm hoping to find out this and the full appearance this Saturday at the Birmingham Con. Number 4 on our list, and we're going back to that Werewolf by Night show, which was mini movie, which was absolutely fantastic. And it all started off with a bit of the character that we're going to see in this book. Number 4 on our list from 1975 is Marvel Presents issue number 1. We saw the character of Ulysses Bloodstone, and this issue boasts his first appearance and origin. Now, Ulysses Bloodstone gained immortality after absorbing an alien object into his chest to save his people. It's also the first appearance of the Blood Gem, which is basically a magical artifact that was shown in the show. Okay, mine's a pence copy. And I think it's detached at one staple, so it's not great, but I only paid £1.83 for this, and that was in November of 2017. But this book's been on fire, and it sold 24 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 117%. The high sale CGC 9.4 going for $175. Raws in the fine range on average now $25. So that's all right for £1.80. That'll do me. Maybe I can find an upgrade this weekend. Okay, number 3 on our list is another incentive, this time from Marvel. And Kevin Eastman is a legend who helped bring one of the greatest, if not greatest, indie comics to fruition, of course. It goes without saying that his name carries some weight, and fans have been picking up his work when they can. Now, recently, Eastman returned to do some work on a Marvel book, which hasn't happened often. And this 1 in 25 variant has the added bonus of featuring the Midnight Suns, of course, who are very hot at the moment, comprised of Blade, Wolverine, Magic, Spirit Rider, and Nico Minoru, or characters with a dynamic following amongst the community. Number 3 on our list is Midnight Suns, issue number 1, the Kevin Eastman 1 in 25 incentive. This is a nice cover, guys, but I wouldn't go out of my way to spend a lot of money on it. I've got to be honest. I am a Wolverine fan, so I do like a Wolverine cover. How good is it to see Hugh Jackman back in the MCU? Wolverine is my favourite Marvel hero. This book sold 40 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 95%, with a high sale raw copy going for $35. Near mints on average now, currently $21. Okay, number 2 on our list, Marvel book that I've been looking for, no joy as yet. We're talking Amazing Spider-Man. We know that Loki is coming back for a second season. I wasn't a big fan of season 1. But this book has got a bit of keenness about it because of Loki's offspring. Yeah, this book features the first appearances of 2 characters, Tess Black and the daughter of Loki, and an immortal sorceress of chaos, Morwen. Now, of course, Loki season 2, there could be different time iterations. There's a lot of time traveling. People are thinking we may see Tess Black. Hence, they've gone after this book. Number 2 on our list from 2004 is a book I'm sure I can find at some point. That is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 503. I like it when the later issues of Amazing Spider-Man become relevant, because I can usually find them for cheap. There's your book. What numbers did this one do? Well, it sold 57 copies, giving it a 7-day trend plus 140%, with a high sale raw copy going for $23. Very fine copies on average now, $8. And we're there. We're at number 1 on our list, guys. And I just spoke about the character of Sabra, and she's coming to the new Cap America film. We've had the cameo. Number 1, rounding things off, is the first full appearance of Sabra, and that comes in Incredible Hulk, issue 256, guys. There's your book. Again, a book I think I can find this weekend with some luck. Not paying crazy eBay prices. What numbers did this one do? Well, this one sold 25 copies, giving it a 7-day trend of plus 384%, with a high sale CGC 9.6 going for $349. Raws in the fine range on average now, $66. That book was probably a $1 to $5 book for the longest time. And then, of course, movie news, and it all kicks off. That's it, guys. That's a wrap. This time round, guys, I had a pitiful 8 out of 20. Let me know how many you beat me by. And thanks for all your support over these years. It's meant the world to me. Bye for now.